So now I would like to start the second paragraph, second stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle in the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 I saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The poet says, the poet has compared here he has compared the daffodil flowers to the stars in the Milky Way. In the geography book, I think you have seen the Milky Way. अब उसमें स्टार्स कैसे शाइन करते हैं एक दूसरे से, उनको इतने ज़्यादा क्लोज होते हैं कि एक दूसरे से उनको डिस्टिंग्विश करना डिफ़िकल्ट होता है. लाइकवाइज द फ्लावर्स वर ऑल्सो क्लोज टू ईच अदर. सो and they were shining and twinkling. The poet says they were seeming like a star in the Milky Way, and they were shining and twinkling continuously. And the poet says they stretched in a never-ending line. They spread on the bank of along the margin of a bay. They stretched, they spread in a never-ending line. एक ऐसी लाइन जो कि कभी ऐसा लगता है जो कभी ख़त्म नहीं होगी. सो दे वर स्प्रेड. कैसे स्प्रेड थे वो? इन अ नेवर एंडिंग लाइन. कहाँ पर स्प्रेड थे? अलॉन्ग द मार्जिन ऑफ अ बे, अलॉन्ग द बैंक ऑफ द लेक. दे वर स्प्रेड अलॉन्ग द बैंक ऑफ द लेक in a line that seems that will never end. 10,000 saw I at a glance. The poet says, 10,000 saw I at a glance. It means the poet says in a look I saw thousands of flowers. एक look में मैंने thousands of flowers देख लिए. Tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They were tossing their heads. What is mean by tossing their heads? They were moving their heads side by side, and they were sprightly dance. What is mean by sprightly dance? They were sprightly dance. It means energetic dance. They were dancing energetically. So we have discussed here the two stanzas of the poetry, the first two stanzas of the poetry. So in the both of the stanzas, the poet has at first the poet has told you, when I was walking aimlessly as a cloud over the valleys or hills, I suddenly saw a number of daffodil flowers. They were seeming very beautiful. They were seeming golden beside the lake. अब उन्होंने कहाँ देखे ये flowers? Beside the lake, beneath the trees. And the poet says, when I saw them, they were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. They were moving and dancing in the breeze. And in the second paragraph, in the second stanza, he compares the flower, he compares the daffodil to the stars in the Milky Way. He says they were when I saw them, they were seeming like a star in the Milky Way that shines and twinkles continuously. Then the poet says they stretched, they spread in a never ending line. वो कैसे stretched थे? Like a never ending line along the bank of a lake. 10,000 saw I at a glance. In a one look, at a glance मतलब एक नज़र में. In a one look, I saw thousands of flowers. And the flowers were tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They were dancing energetically, and they were tossing their heads. They were moving side by side, up and down. Okay, so now the other two stanzas we will discuss in other video. Okay, so